Hello, everyone. We are live at Epic headquarters. We have I was going to say a strange bunch here today, but
It
a
is a
different
strange
bunch than we
bunch.
usually have. So
Yep.
we have Steve is on vacation. He is at the beach enjoying himself with his family. Sydney had a baby.
Yes, he
Congratulations.
did. Congratulations,
Little
Sid.
Augustus. Congratulations, Sid. He's gorgeous. He's an adorable little baby, and he's already wearing his Chucks.
Mhm.
I got my Chucks on today too. But yeah,
I
he's
don't.
already.
I don't have Chucks on.
That's all Sydney wears. So,
Yeah.
so he's starting him early. He's got him in his little tiny baby Chucks. So, hello, Sydney. We miss you. Come back soon and enjoy being at home for 2 weeks with your baby, changing diapers,
And getting no sleep.
getting no sleep. He's been making some very nice posts about it. I thought he was going to be having a breakdown by now, but he seems to be doing a pretty good job.
Nah, it's another at least 4 days before. that happens.
Before he starts having breakdowns. So we have Zack here with us today.
Hey, everybody.
We have a little surprise for you.
Yep.
And we have Pete and Joe who are going to talk about some hub concepts, and actually Pete's going to talk about the Gametype. Well, we're going to talk about the new Gametype. Did you play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a little showdown with me yesterday.
Oh, that wasn't even pretty.
Oh.
Don't play somebody who duels a lot.
That was
if, you know, the
awesome.
first time you jump into this. It was not fun.
So we are not going to be playing with you this weekend. Well, we might if somebody's online. We have a holiday here in the U.S. And so we have Friday off. So we were not going to be doing the weekly play test with the developers.
Yep. Next week we'll start that back up.
We will start it back up again, but I'll probably be playing this weekend.
I'll probably be playing.
You'll find us this
we've
weekend.
all-
We'll be on server somewhere.
We were playing last weekend, and I jumped in a server that was really far away, and my ping was terrible. But I did really well for some reason. It was like the old days playing on like Fragalonia with that high ping.
Yeah.
It was just I was matrix moving all over the place.
I know you like to play IG over in Europe. a
Yes,
little bit,
that's what
so-
I was doing. That's exactly what I was doing. And it was like, what is going on here? But I couldn't miss. I was leading properly, but then it started going all downhill, so I quit.
Gotta take a
Backed
break
out.
once in a while.
But I will play again. So we just saw Zaccubus's video for this week. Some amazing frag.
That telefrag kill.
Oh.
The telefrag
actually,
kill.
I hadn't seen the flak kill, the CTF flak kill, and that's a thing of beauty when you get those three guys all converging on the flag.
And then all three at once.
Yeah.
They all came right in. One came sliding in.
Yeah, I just love the slide through the blood and the gore and everything. That's beautiful.
It was nice. And one of the people who were killed was the cafe. So that was
Oh, that's always a bonus.
that was kind of awesome too.
Bonus.
But that video was great. I love watching those. Can't wait for them every week. We have a new build out this week,
Yep, came
and
out last week.
and been getting a lot of really good feedback on on Facebook and Twitter. But we'd love to hear from you guys on the forum. So if you have any comments or anything, just come and talk to us. Have we heard anything yet?
Yeah, we've my guys have been super busy. We've all been watching the forums. There's been a ton of feedback, content, bugs found. Like, you guys are doing an awesome job out there. So thanks for helping us nail some of those things down, and everybody's been enjoying the build. There's lots of positive feedback.
Lots of positive feedback.
So a lot of people have some strong impressions with the new movement stuff, and wall running is in now. Lots of new effects. This is a big build, big update.
The wall run I love.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. If you guys played with somebody who kind of stepped away for a little bit, there were things that they were missing, make sure they come back and play and let them check it out and see what they think. It'd be great to hear some other people's thoughts. Let's see what else we have. That's about it. Go to the store, buy some shirts. We're selling out again, so grab them now while you have a chance. We are definitely talking to people about getting the shirts in Europe from a distributor in Europe, so people in Europe don't have to pay those outrageous fees for shipping.
Very cool.
And thank you for your patience on that. We'll make sure that those shirts are going to be available to you when we're able to do that for you. So we are going to take a look at a new game type.
That's
Thank
true.
you, Matt Olfke.
Yeah, Matt's been working on a really awesome game mode. Temporary name right now is Showdown.
I like
It's-
that name. I think it's kind of cool.
It's kind of a cool little duel like game mode, but it's got a lot of twists that make it really unique and stand out on its own. The whole team all got a chance to kind of play it
This was a blast.
this week. Let's see. So Matt and me are here in a game right now. We're going to just try and play a little bit while we talk about it. But pretty much the premise of everything is it's one-on-one. You only have one life. You
Well,
start
it's multiple rounds. though.
multiple rounds. That's true.
That's really important. So it's one-on-one, multiple rounds. You only have one life, and it takes the duel mechanic and flips it on its head. Whereas in normal duel, it's all about controlling various objects in the world as they spawn. Here, all objects spawn. It starts off, everything is live in the world, including power-ups, and you can only pick it up once. So there's one, on, for example, this map, there's one flat cannon, there's one shock rifle,
Oh, he's got
there's
everything.
one armor, there's one,
He's got it
sniper
all.
rifle.
Oh,
yeah.
no!
Oh, I hit
that
him
was
with
a
that.
lucky hit right there.
Maximum disrespect, hammer jumping up there.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Matt's in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get this one or not. He's
Oh,
combo.
double kill.
1-1, not too
Oh,
bad,
my
but
goodness.
but yeah, it's really cool. You start with 200 health. Everything does only spawn
Yes.
once, so you really got to make a beeline to the things that you think that you can actually make plays with or make things happen with.
Right. So the mechanic is now, instead of everybody fights around 2 places in the map, it's more about figuring out what your critical path is from where you spawn
Very
and
good.
how to defend after that fact. It's also about conservation of ammo, conservation of health. You don't want to be picking up health or ammo if you don't need it, unless you're trying to deny the other player. I think that it really increases the amount of tactics that's required in order to duel somebody.
What I like about it is one of the things that I don't like about Duel is if you get in with a player that's so highly skilled, you can't even get a frag.
Yeah.
So getting blanked by somebody is kind of humiliating and makes you not want to play so much.
Oh, for sure.
But when you play this, you have the opportunity to pick up those boots first and go get the double damage, grab the rocket. If you can spawn in different places, you can go get your favorite weapon, and it feels like you have more of a chance to win. Maybe not win, at least to get a couple frags.
Well, you don't feel like you're 20 feet underground and like you have no chance of doing anything. At least
Yep.
if I die, like I can still go pick up a new gun in the next round and have that chance to come back. I love, of course, the typical Sydney excuse. The mouse is literally dying as I'm trying to play.
Yes, yeah. In Zach's defense here, this mouse it's a good mouse, but it's a wireless mouse. So
Yeah,
playing
so-
FPS with a wireless mouse is
So
never a good
there really
idea.
is a kind of a unique narrative while this is happening, though. Like, there's been a lot of rounds where once we get into the rhythm of things, it's like, I know Matt's going to go shock boots this time, so I'm going to go pick up this gun to try and counter it. Or, okay, he's got amp, let's hide out and try and make something else happen. So it's been really cool. Everybody's loadout normally becomes something different based off of the unique spawn points that you get. Right there, we're going to have to fight over it.
Oh, no.
He beelines to the, he's
going right for shock.
Yeah, he's going to get loaded. I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
but you got the
Get
best.
rocks,
So
bro.
you should have been going sniper there with your aim, but
Yeah, well.
Not with that mouse.
Not with the
bro.
mouse
Oh, that's
completely
true.
dead right now, literally unable to move. Of
oh,
course.
that's funny.
Oh, did the battery die in it?
Yeah, it's literally dying right now.
Oh.
Oh well.
Just use page up, page down.
Page up, page down.
So the benefit to this, I mean, what it really does is it turns that what you often see in duels where one guy gets ahead and it's very hard to dethrone him.
Right.
And here you can quickly learn how your opponent is playing and start trying to counteract his opening sequence. So it becomes more like a chess game versus, checkers, where when you get the first kill in check, take the first piece in checkers, it's pretty much over at that point.
Yeah. Sorry that this obviously doesn't look as great when the mouse is dying. But yeah, so
For
So
future
right.
reference, we'll change the battery before
yeah,
the stream.
exactly. But yeah, like it's been really cool. Sydney has had some pretty intense games with Matt. Matt and me have gone back and forth. Me and Joe have played. Like we've had some
We
really
don't wanna
close
talk
games.
about that
And
game.
it's great when you're playing with people too. It's fine when you're playing with somebody who's a lot better than you or a lot worse than you, but it's really fun playing with somebody who's like your equal skill level.
Yeah.
And Pete and I had a match
was
the other
good
day,
match.
and it was probably the most fun I've had playing in a while when it comes to Duel, because I did play some Duel in UT3, but playing in this game with the people who are so skilled right now, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So playing with Pete, it was fun. He did beat me, but it was only by one frag.
And I kept cheating. So it was,
The one of
hide now, yeah.
one of the things that could be conceivably be a problem is somebody get hide, and of course that's what Pete did
The other
because
big-
Pete's a troll.
The other big issue that you see while we're playing right now too is one person can scoop up almost all the weapons, or you can run out of ammo in a bad situation. So Matt's trying to alleviate a lot of those problems right now by looking into potentially making it more like kind of the fighting game style of rounds, where the rounds are really short. You're going to have a certain number of rounds, and
You
if
only
that
have a
person
very
does try to
short period
play
of
in-
time to try and get a kill in it.
Exactly, yeah. And if that person does try to play like Pete and say maybe feign death underwater and hide somewhere, that the person with the most health will still at least be the victor of the round, and then you can get a new try, new spawns, and then roll it back. So
Yeah.
And Matt's I love when Matt makes new game types because he really works hard and he listens to feedback and does whatever he can to make sure that it's fun and balanced, and he's all about balanced gameplay. So it's really cool. Are people going to be able to play this soon, or?
So right now this is available to all of the people that we have using the GitHub build. This will be probably in the next build, likely.
But that's not going to be for a little while.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a while. So once that next build comes out, we'll be able to play this in the live environment with you guys, especially in our Friday playtest. We'll probably have some of these break out. We've talked about trying to do team games with this too. Maybe it'd be interesting to have like 2 people in the map at the same time, but you know, the spawns, then you have to toss guns, and there's some cool stuff that can kind of fall out of that as well. But yeah, next build should hopefully have this in it. All this code is currently up on GitHub though, so if you're looking to try and make a mode similar to this or use some of the things that he's doing, this is all done in C++. So
Code for the win.
And it's just, I mean, outright a lot of fun. I mean, when you and I played, it was the first time that I played this with you the other day, and even though you were handing it to me left and right, it was still a lot of fun. I never felt like I was completely underwater like I do in Duel sometimes. And I also like the fact that it's no longer about just 2 points on the map. I mean, Duel is about where's the various armors and how do you fight over them. And here it is more, okay, he spawned X, now I need to go Y. What is his preference? It's just a lot of fun. So we look forward to all you guys getting a chance to play it.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to people playing this because it's a lot of fun. I know there's some problems with Duel right now that people have been talking about. I think this alleviates a lot of those issues.
yeah, and it's always cool to experiment with more stuff. The more stuff that we can try and experiment, the better. Get a little
get back to twerk.
little twerking action going on there.
And the girls. It was good.
Yeah,
And it's
been
fun
a
to
lot
watch
of
too.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun to watch when we were done playing. It was fun to check out what the other people were doing. I think Pete and I had the best game though. It was absolutely the closest. So.
Yeah, I was down to 3 life.
Just shoot the
with
dead
3
body
seconds.
because
Yeah, that's right. He
Yeah.
only
Get
had
somewhere.
3 health and there was 3 seconds left.
Well, when we were
And
playing
it ended.
Yeah.
I actually ran out of ammo, and I had nothing but the Enforcer, but I was able to get the damage amp.
Yep.
And you should have seen him running away from me
I-
with the firing at me the whole time as I'm
Screaming
trying to
like
take
a
him out
little
with
girl
this
the whole
amped
way.
up.
Yep.
I wasn't going to say that, but it
I
was
can
it was
say
a
that.
lot of fun, and it was neat because I had gone all out on you in the beginning of that map and wasted all of my ammo.
I
It's
think-
like my second time playing, and I'm like, oh man, I'm totally screwed.
I think I either had 5 or 11 HP. There, like
Yeah.
it was all. I was just running. I was like, please let me get a clutch snipe. Like that's all I need right now.
Yeah, so it's great. Can't wait for you guys to try it.
Yeah.
If you have the Git build, then check it out.
Yeah.
So we are going to take a look at something way cool, a little bit of concept here. We are working on kind of redesigning maybe the website, maybe
Well, we're going to
some
first
of the
start
things in
talking about the
game.
hub, I think.
Yep.
That's a good
so
place
that's
to start.
this
Now,
is
this
where
is a
we're
lot
starting.
based on the original person who started this redesign
actually,
idea is Henrik, and he had a
second
lot of
show.
really good ideas.
Henrik.
So we've been trying to put it together and figure out how it would look within sort of a global, I'm going to say sort of branding of the entire game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're internally right now trying to figure out what we want the game to look like.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this hub layout is sort of where we're going right
you go.
now.
So this was basically, Jim Brown and you were talking and
With-
saying, we would like to do something a little bit different. Got some feedback. Henrik did a few.
Yeah, he did the
little-
first few mock-ups and sent us in this direction, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's the right direction to go. And we talked about it internally a lot, and we handed it over to one of the artists here.
Yeah, we have he's a newer artist actually. He's a UI designer, and his name's Jan, and he
Yeah.
is actually in. I want to say he's Dutch?
He's in England, isn't he?
All
Well,
right.
he's definitely in Europe.
He's in Europe somewhere, and so he has been sending over some designs. I absolutely love these.
Yeah.
Jim has been saying, things, maybe a little bit too dark or whatever, but I think these look fantastic.
Well, there's definitely some visual issues with it that they're still trying to work out. But what we've decided is to go to sort of this 2 vertical panels in terms of giving you the information, where you have your list of games that are coming up on here in a much easier to see fashion than we have right now, giving you a whole lot more information. It makes it really quick to tell what the rank is, how many players are in it, what the various flags are, what even the game type is, versus having to try and decode what the big icons are up there, and then having the chat off to the side in a much more graphical manner. And I'm pretty happy with where it's the direction in terms of functionality.
So just to let people know, this is definitely not a final design. This is
No,
this is the
no.
work in progress. And
Right, and I mean, we haven't even started implementing the code for this yet. That's coming up next week, was when I'll start actually implementing this. So we're still playing around with ideas and various functionality issues that we have to solve beforehand. I mean, we're in a big discussion about how chat should work at the moment, and like, for example, and this is really good from a design point of view, right? This is really simple to grok. It's very easy to tell, okay, I'm talking in the global channel, I'm talking in the server, I'm talking in the hub. But if you're an advanced player, you don't want that, right? You want to see all the chat and be able to quickly filter it out, because you don't want to have to constantly, oh, wait a minute, let me go talk to my friends who are out in the hub, let me go over here. So we're working with some ideas around in there. We're working on ideas on how to make your friends, the player list over here a little easier to go. And it's just, we need to get up to the point where we move from mock-ups to iterations, so we can start building on it and seeing how well it works.
so Steve suggested that we maybe post this in the forums. And
Yeah, I'm gonna create a
let
whole new
people-
thread, and I'll just hijack Henrik's thread that was already out there. I mean, again, I don't want to emphasize this too little, but I mean, he did a great job of sending us down this direction. I remember when I got the email, his first one was minorly changing things around, and he's like, will you be upset if I go crazy? I'm like, no, man, go crazy.
Go crazy. Yeah, he's really
I only
great.
care about functionality when
He
it really comes down
understands
to
GT
it.
too. He
Yeah,
knows what
so
we're-
I think we
we're all
ended up
about.
with something really, really good. And ooh, that zooms in. How do I move up?
Click and drag. Left click.
KHXMZ2 Pro just said, do I see uploaded personal avatars? That's actually something we're working on right now. So I'm working
well,
with
I know
the-
that's in the plan. I don't know.
Well, I'm talking about for the forums.
Oh, for the
right now.
forum, sorry.
But yes, everything, the plan
Mm-hmm.
is for everything to tie together. So first it will be the forums. So pretty soon you'll be able to choose your own. We were going to upload them so people can go in and choose
Mm-hmm.
their avatars that way through vBulletin. But we figured since we're doing this anyway, we might as well make it so they can choose their avatar that's going to go across all our games and and in the
No,
launcher
that's going to
and
be
things.
really
So-
important once we get into that aspect of it. Now here's a new mock-up of the main menu. Again, now
Oh, I love this.
I'm trying to remember the name of the person from the forums. Anybody?
The one that we showed last time with
Yeah.
Jim, Big Black Thunder.
Big Black Thunder.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
that name.
I'll never forget him.
Yes. So
I will
he
remember
came
him
up with
forever.
some really good ideas on how
Yep.
to put together a main page. Where my whole thing is, I want to take a lot of the elements that we have in Frag Center, as well as some very quick link
and
elements and put in here, as well as being able to customize your character right from the main page and pull it all together. And this is, I think, a good direction. It also shows the direction that we're going in kind of the art style right now, a more modern flat look, kind of like panels like you see in the modern operating systems. And this will all tie together. There's some stuff on here that I don't think we need. There's some stuff that's missing, but I think we're going to get there very quickly. So this is what, our current
Love it.
art design that we're working on. No, don't show that one yet.
Oh, we can see it.
And then we're going in and we're redesigning the whole character setup. It's going to look a lot more visual, a lot prettier, I think. I know one of the things that we're talking about is you can see how Malcolm is in the background.
Yeah, he must
We're-
be in the Netherlands because I see that's where he chooses.
Right, so he's in the background there. You're going to be able to have multiple character setups that you can configure and be able to just quickly switch through them. So if you feel like playing a Necris today, you can just go in and pick your Necris character that has already pre-configured with all of your options on
Awesome.
it. And then you can go, oh no, actually I want to play Malcolm. Or if you, let's say later on down the line when we have clan models and clan skins, you'd have your clan character that you can go in and just select him and boom, now it's going to be, I'm going to a clan match. Now I'm playing clan Malcolm and going into it. So that's what we're doing on here.
Love
Again, somebody just asked who made this look. This was by Jan. Did I say that right?
Yep, Johan, he's
Does anybody know Jan's last name? I just met him.
Zach.
Zach's looking it up.
The guy with the fast fingers over here is gonna
One second.
types a
I will-
million words a minute.
So we're putting it all together, and I think this probably won't make it into the next build. I know that we're focusing on the hub and trying to get that new
Yawn
look and
holders?
up and working. Yawn holders.
Smolders?
Smolders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close.
So
I
we're
heard
looking
olders.
at getting the hub done first, because we're really focusing on the whole critical get into a game and how easy is it to get into the game and the layouts and everything. So once that's done, then I'll move back onto the main menu, and we'll make the main menu and everything look really pretty. And then the one I guess that we want to show.
Yep, we're going to show this as our concept art of the week.
Oh,
Go
are we
ahead, you
showing
can
it
do
now?
it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
we
is
can
our
do it now
concept art of the
because
week.
Zach has already given us a little update on the build, so we're done after this. So.
Okay, well, this is obviously we're working on a new look for Frag Center. Again, takes all of what we have now that works really well and starts making it nice and clean and easy to use. So I think we're on the right direction.
I think we're on the right direction too. I think this looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
After working in the Frag Center for look, I see Zacubus. After working with the Frag Center for so long, and I think it's so much so fun and so cool. Having the different tabs, having the big hero image in there, I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope it stays very similar to this.
I imagine our first pass on this UI is going to look very similar to this.
So, whatever we do decide on here, we're probably going to try to go for this look, for the blog and for the forum. So hopefully this is what we're going to see a lot of stuff like this in the future. So.
And as I said, I will create a forum thread that and post all these images so that people can look at it and give their comments and feedback, and say maybe they don't like the dark color or maybe they don't like flat. But we'd love to hear feedback across the line so I can send it back to Jan and distribute it amongst the team and see where we're at. Yeah, that's where it's going.
Yes. Yay, it looks fantastic. Very excited about this. So
Yeah.
look out for Joe's thread and make sure you go and give your feedback. And thank you very much to Henrik and to Big Black Thunder for pointing us into a really nice direction.
Hopefully, I mean, yes, the style that we see here is somewhat different from what both of them had laid out, but hopefully people will see that we're really basing the functionality and the concept that we're working on what the community is coming up with here. Yes, we might have a different artist skinning it. Yes, we might have somebody else, putting it together. But we are really relying on the concept work that the community is putting together to come up with how we want this to work. And I would love to see them doing it. I know somebody's doing it on stats pages, somebody's doing it on web pages, somebody's doing it. There are people in the community talking about how the Frag Center should work. Keep those discussions going. Let's keep them rolling and keep, coming up with great ideas and putting them together so that we can, either have the community concept them or we can concept them, and then we can bring them all together and try and figure out how they fit into the color schemes.
Everything's kind of coming together and looking cohesive, which is really, really cool. So what's Pete up to these days? What are you working on?
I'm working on recording replays right to a video file that you can either save or you can upload directly to YouTube. And I have a couple.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah, streaming right out, that's going to be great.
yeah, so you can see me like feign death and then
Alive.
get up and kill Zack and right to YouTube.
Has that ever worked?
Yes, it works all the time.
It works a lot. I see
90% of the
people
time it
running
works every
past him so many times. Now I'm shooting dead bodies though, and we had a build that went out that the death messages weren't working. So every time I killed somebody, I'm like shooting the body to make sure they were really dead.
See, I play with Pete a lot, so I just got into the habit of every time you see a body fall down, it's like, that's just Pete. Just throw something into it.
Just rocket it. So I really enjoyed. Another game that I play once in a while, they had that in their last version of the game where you can just upload right from the game right up to YouTube, and it's really super cool. I
Yeah,
really
that's
like
awesome.
that. So
Well, really think of the benefit, I think, where we're going to have real fun with that is recording really important events. You can have a buffer running and it records your flag cap, and then you can immediately go, ooh, I want to show off this flag cap right up to YouTube and brand it the way you want to do it, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
can I make you mad for a second, Joe?
Sure.
When are we going to get custom crosshairs?
Custom crosshairs?
Did you see him roll his eyes? He rolled his eyes.
There, I'll do it again. I believe the plan is to bring the crosshairs from UT 3
dot.
into it, the dots. custom crosshairs, that's a whole different story,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we have to create a UI for it. We have to create a good way to lay it out. And I'm sorry, that's just not a priority.
But assorted crosshairs.
Absolutely. Well, the way I would like to have it is we obviously have some weapons like the rocket launcher where you want the weapon's functionality defined into the crosshair itself. But I want to have an option that says, no, I always want the dot. And if it's, or I always want the, the crosshair circle, or I always want the triangle. So that's probably what we'll implement first. Whether that'll make it into the next build, I don't know.
Yeah, I know you.
I have a whole lot on my plate
Yes,
between
I
now
know
and the
you
next
do.
build. So
I will offer my help for that one.
Yeah, I know Yim Yim has started getting together some stuff,
Yeah.
and we're going to incorporate the same one from UT3 first, and then
Excellent.
hopefully go
I
from
think
there.
people will be really happy with just have that for now.
I know Steve. One of Steve's biggest concerns is it looked like he wanted to get to the point of where we have unique crosshairs for each weapon. So when you're playing with something like hidden
Yeah.
weapons, you know immediately what weapon you have equipped.
Well,
but then still getting to that point of where
and
people
that's
who
actually
just
what
want
we
the dot
had in
have the dot.
UT3. If we just bring over the UT3 crosshairs, right, there is a unique crosshair for each weapon so that you were able to do that. And that's probably, as I said, where we'll start off. We'll have those in there, and then you'll have a checkbox to say, I always, because I know personally, I never cared about the rocket launcher loading up crosshair. I wanted my little dot in the
Dot.
center of the screen.
That's all I want.
So
That's my dot.
I'm sure that no matter what we do, we'll end
My
up
hot
with
pink
that.
dot.
Hot
The
pink
white
dot. You
circle.
can make it hot pink if you really want to make it hot pink. Ultimately, what I'd really like is a good way to have crosshair packs right along with, HUD widget packs where you can download crosshairs and assign them. So if you're using the rocket launcher, you're using this crosshair, and that crosshair can be animated through a blueprint or whatever you want. And the framework for that is already in there. It's a matter of now hooking up UI for it and hooking up everything else that you need to make all this work. And
Yeah, Yum Yum's been in the chat encouraging, community kind of crosshair sets and stuff like that. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll see something cool coming out of that as
Yeah,
well.
that'd be very cool.
yeah, I want a smoking pink dot. Okay.
I want a nine cat
Just
with an
for you,
animated rainbow
man.
behind it. So we're all going to have to deal with it.
Well, it used to be that I used pink, either hot pink
Yeah.
or hot green, because there wasn't any of those colors. There weren't any of those colors in the games. But then they had the green slime, so I couldn't use the green
Yeah.
anymore. So it was all pink. Now there's a lot of pink in different games. Gears
I
had
know.
pink. There's so many games that have
Well,
pink
that's
right
'cause
now. So.
getting red to look red in a game is hard, right? Any type of lighting makes it look pink. So,
Yeah.
yep.
All right. I didn't talk to Chance, so I don't know what's going to be on the engine stream tomorrow.
It's going to be awesome,
Wah.
though.
But it's going to be awesome because.
A
What?
game called Into the Stars.
It's called Into the Stars. That's
Okay, so I'm thinking it has something to do with space travel, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Speculation now.
I don't know. And maybe they'll also take a look at Kula's new stuff. Have you seen his new stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's a beach. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh no, I
Go-
did see that.
go
That
take a
was
look.
pretty. Actually, you know what else? Have you seen the Mario in UE4
Yes,
video? That was also
it's-
really
it's
cool.
amazing.
Incredible, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's totally amazing. We posted about it on
The
our-
beach one though is spectacular. I mean, that is just such a good job.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So go take a look at that. Some cool engine stuff going on.
Yep.
Join us next week for our stream, and next week also to play with us on next Friday for the play with developers. So.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
All
Take
right.
care.
See you later.
See you guys.